Kenny, for teams on hot streaks? Does this actually come at a bad time? They say, hey, we don't want to stop playing.
No, you never like to stop, honestly, Ernie, when the momentum is being positive, but you need a break. And this is truly a great break, so it shouldn't hurt too much.
And for these teams on the cold streaks, Ernie, they welcome the break. Mental reset for the second half of the...
Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans. And they'd love to go for the sweep here and make it 4-0 in the season series.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the road.
Well, accurate outside shooting when you're on the road, you find that kind of rhythm. It's hard to do. They made it look easy.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines.
The score like
and we've
that.
got
I had
David
won
Aldridge
that team.
there
Them niggas
for
had
that.
98.
David, good evening.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons.
It definitely
Yeah,
did,
he's
David.
back
He
on
won
that
titles
bullshit.
when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. Hey, Brent, the season about halfway through. Some teams really starting to sag. How bad do you have to be at this point to start thinking about rebuilding going into next year?
Well, I don't know. It's a bit tenuous, Kevin. Do you start talking about rebuilding or just giving guys on your roster now an opportunity to experience some NBA play, giving them high-level competition? You know, some of the players may be going to Summer League. They want to have a bit of confidence going to Vegas or to Orlando to expand their game. So maybe not so much about a rebuild as it is about gaining experience at the close of the season.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins
No
are
way,
up
there
front.
should have been a switch.
J.J.
And
Redick is
Lonzo
out
should
there
have been on
three,
him.
and it's Turner in at the 3 side. And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ball.
Yeah, buddy,
and
right
the
away.
whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Los Angeles shooting their first foul shot of the night. Free throw good from Chapman. It might not be a surprise given how many rims he's punished this season, Greg, but if you haven't heard, DJ has accepted an invite to participate in the dunk contest. I know a lot of fans are happy to hear that.
Yep, and you can count me in. It's one of those fans with the way DJ can just explode off the floor and the creativity he brings as well. You just get the feeling this might go down as one of the greatest dunk contests in NBA history.
Here's ball. New Orleans knocking down that triple moments ago. Lopez sets a screen for Wells. Lopez a screen. Ball kicks to Lopez. To the inside. 6 to shoot. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
By Evan Turner.
That was a bad pass, bro. What are you doing?
Pull up, find his balance.
That is not what I
still
wanted.
score before the D can get to him.
Chapman the pass to Lopez. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Move, because
this is sort of the joust
y'all
of
not
the
trying to hit
NBA
no
where
right
the
now.
aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Let me not close to all three of y'all.
One of the game's
All
top dunkers.
three of y'all.
Now about 2 minutes
All
gone
right, man, let's
here in
get
the
this
first
shit
quarter.
started.
Now here's Turner. Defense right on him. And they double up Davis. And it's Turner off the drive. Tries again. And it's good on the way in. Turner's got his second bucket of the night.
Come on, man. If I make him miss, y'all gotta clean up the rebounds. Like, what are y'all doing? Do y'all not want to play?
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Wells in the corner. Good on the triple. Wells has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Wells has such a quick release. He's ready to pull as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Outside, Reddick. The feed now to Turner. And he drops in the layup off the
Yo,
glass.
why wouldn't they let me?
Turner's got 6.
And there's a pattern.
Why wouldn't they let me jump?
Here. They're working it inside and getting
He did not jump faster than me.
Here's Chapman and the rejection by Cousins. Here's Frazier. It's a big high bounce and goes in. He has 5.
It's an unselfish play. Evan Turner with eyes up and delivers.
Here's Chapman. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Now here's Frazier, who's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. Screen by Cousins. Off the screen. Chapman with the rebound.
Ugly ass jump shot. You making that bullshit.
Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Now Frazier following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep at the tip, and Turner stays with it.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Oh, man. Like, if I gotta switch on fucking Davis, somebody's gotta get mine for the
And
rebound.
the pass to Lopez. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. Stolen
I'll
by
take
Ball.
that.
Bell's wide open. Off target from three-point range.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Frazier dishes to Davis. Here's Cousins. Good D by Lopez.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
Out to the wing. Launches it. And a shot by Wells.
God,
No
that
good.
is such a late jump shot.
Pelicans leading by 7.
It's gonna be one of them games, man. They're gonna be pissing me the fuck off.
He feeds it to Frazier. Turner with the screen.
I got him.
Just 5 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Shot from the wing. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, just a terrific display of shooting. Focused on taking shots that the offense was designed to create.
So many good things can happen for you when you just take your time and get to the spots on the floor where you have tremendous confidence.
And here's Los Angeles now. After the miss from Evan Chapman's shot is off.
Can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it. When Anthony Davis came into the NBA, you started to think about how he could dominate on the post, but it's really the growth in him as a shooter to stretch it out, shoot three-point shots that really has opened up some eyes.
Lakers trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And Davis changed his whole shooting form in New Orleans. He used to shoot from his chest. It blocked his view of the basket.
That's never a good thing. That's your target. So shifting it over on the right side, more towards the shoulder, raising up so that he's got a more clear shooting window. It takes a lot of diligent work, Kevin, and a lot of players try their whole career to fix a shot that's failed. I think AD has done a good job of not only committing to it, but finding success with the new form.
New Orleans making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
We talk so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Frazier outside. Inside, Davis. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's ball in the corner. Here's Chapman. Turner covering. Another shot. Chapman, that's good. Chapman's got 11.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Frazier with it. He's got 5. Davis setting the pick for Reddick. Here's the floater.
Come on, get the rebound, Sammy.
Get up and block shots, showing a real desire to improve at this facet of the game.
Nancy's checked in for Lopez. New Orleans also making some changes. Hill comes
We gotta
in
keep
for
our shit in play.
Rajon Rondo subbed in for Frazier. And the call is
There we
good.
go.
Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, they're really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Julius Randle. David Wabach comes in for Wells. And it's Jackson in for Ball. Morris checked in for New Orleans. Here's Chapman. He's guarded by Hill. From 12 feet out. And that's off the glass and in. And it's 13 points for the captain.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And Hill has it in the corner. Hits it from three-point range.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Chapman. Here's Wabach. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wabach's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Rondo kicks to Hill. Passes it to Anderson. Hill sets the screen for Anderson. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Come on, man. Nance, you gotta do a better job.
Offense is more familiar with.
Fuck.
Here's Chapman. He's guarded by Hill. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
Both free throws good from Chapman. And so it's New Orleans with it. It's a three-point game. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Well, unfortunate's a good word, Greg, but on the other hand, you have to make an adjustment. Not every game is going to be called the same way, so adjust to the whistle.
Here's Chapman, 15 points in the game. Here's Ingram, and too long on the shot.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Davis setting the pick for Rondo. Feeds to Davis. Wow. Here's Chapman. Jackson in the corner. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. New Orleans leading by 3. Pass to Moore. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Reddit.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Two shot.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Nance. New Orleans has gone through so far in this game. Anderson with the ball, out guarded by Ingram. Davis setting the pick for Anderson. Pokes one up. Gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots.
Anderson getting physical with the defense that time. That helps him draw the contact.
Both free throws good from Anderson.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from him.
1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Nance a screen on Hill. The dish to Nance. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
New Orleans in the lead. Rondo kicks to Hill. Davis sets a screen. Kick out to Moore. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Moore's got himself
These
going
niggas
there.
is
His
just
first
hitting
points
mad
of the game.
shots.
We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Chapman. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get you out of the game too. You got to
Nice
go
work
sit
at the
down.
line so far, going 5 for 5.
It's a super first half for him at the free throw line.
I'll take your first punch in the mouth. That's cool. I'm the defending champions. I'm on a crazy streak right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a crazy first punch. But I'm used to playing at this level. Can y'all sustain it?
First one calls for Bertinus. He's checked in for Davis. Good on both. New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Rondo passes to Anderson. And there's the foul. It'll go on the count.
Come on, man.
Second foul of the
It's
game.
a corny-ass reach.
Pelicans leading by 11. Randall is the 4 with Lopez in the middle. All out there with Wells. And it's Chapman in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. Now here's Anderson. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. The shot by Turner, no good. LA's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
Move.
To the middle, here's Lopez.
Oh my God, how did you miss a dunk, bro?
And Tim Frazier, undrafted out of Penn State, but as a rookie in the D-League, he won the league's MVP award back in 2015.
But he had a sensational year that year, and he's gotten some good looks. Philadelphia and Portland, time in New Orleans, but deserving a shot at the NBA at 6'1". This guy is just a scrapper and plays with tremendous confidence.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey guys, the captain in the last game against the Timberwolves had a huge game. He ended up with 44 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and they'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. He lifted his game to an unreal level that night.
Yeah, he showed how dangerous he is when he's at his best. And, man, he'd love to keep that hot streak going here tonight.
Would you guys be surprised if he doesn't keep it going? I mean, the only way to follow up a game like that is with an even better one.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, it's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Ejuan Moore is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Now, here's Ball. 20 points for him last game against Minnesota. A floater. That one's good. The New Orleans leads, but down to 9 in the bucket from Lopez.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Here is Anderson following the basket by Brook Lopez. It's Anderson with the drive, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
These niggas just keep fucking fouling, dog.
Inside game reminiscent of a teammate of his, Boris Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
Here's Chapman following the basket by Anthony Davis.
Oh,
it's stolen by Davis.
Are they serious?
Here's Anderson, and Anderson slams it in.
As soon as AD poked that ball away, the team gets out on the break. He's so good at turning defense into offense.
Move. He's
Here's Chapman. He's got 19. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, motherfucker.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does break. Frazier with it. Now guarded by Ball. Kept alive. Now on the play, basket down. So it'll be a three-point play chance.
Rebounds.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Craig from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
Here's Chapman following the basket by Julius Randle. And here is Wells. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Ball, no good.
And somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
And
You ain't dunking on me, nigga. You
And
tripping.
you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
here's Chapman. 21 points in the game. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
But look at the basket guy still shaking. Frazier dishes to
That
Anderson.
shit, man. What are you doing?
Set the pick. Back to Frazier. Right side Davis. Shot clock at 6. And Turner kicks to Davis. That
Oh
ball.
my God,
Nice
Lopez.
that
What
time
are you
from
doing
Turner.
so far away,
Turner's got 4
Lopez?
assists in the game. Here's Chapman.
Yeah,
Fouled
right.
in the act of
Go
shooting.
sit
A
down, dog.
3-point play chance coming up.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And Turner kicks to Hill. And the pass to Anderson. Over Randall. The Lakers with the rebound.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. You're not going to miss those all that often.
Turner comes with the double team. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Chapman. He's guarded by Hill. Tries again. Yep, it goes in. The Pelican lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Lopez.
They ain't called no
Maybe a
foul.
little
Like, that's
disengaged
crazy.
in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Turner with it. Now guarded by Ball. Davis sets a screen. From deep, Moore. Chapman with the rebound. Chapman's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He sunk that 3 in the first. It's yet to make another one.
It's stolen by Davis. Turner passes to Anderson.
Yeah, because
Stolen
it
by
wasn't
Randall.
supposed to go to Brook anyway.
Wells with it. Moore's there. Wasted no time on that one. Wells has got 5 minutes.
And Wells really has a firm grasp on that mid-range area of the floor, capable of hitting these shots in bunches.
Now, here is Hill. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. And Los Angeles with some
Niggas
changes.
keep switching
Hernandez
everything.
checked in for Lopez. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Randall. And New Orleans also making a change. Hondo's checked in. Here's Chapman. He's guarded by Hill. Hands the screen on Hill. Here's Chapman. They can't jam it through.
The defensive reaction time.
Wow! He got it! This is what you gotta do. Woo.
Thank you, Kevin. Now your scoring has been big in the first half, but also
Why are
rebounding
you
has
even
been
interviewing
huge.
me, yo?
What's allowed you to have such an impact?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really value each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Frazier is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Turner. Then there's Hill. And it's Davis at the 4 slot. Redick dishes to Hill. And Redick kicks to Frazier. It's Hill, top the key. Back to Frazier. Floats one. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Chapman's got 6 rebounds in the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second chance points, or do you like leaking a guy or two out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You've got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for New Orleans. Oh, free throws good from Chapman. And so it's New Orleans with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Davis sets a screen. Lets a floater go. They get it back.
They just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Wells passes to Chapman. They get it back. Kicks to Lopez. Timeout called the Lakers. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
They need to start giving me a fucking foul.
Where shots can come from.
Like, what's up?
The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Los Angeles.
And this shot chart shows just how effective their offense
I'm fucking
has been
relentless.
this season.
I'm gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep coming. I hope y'all don't get tired, because I don't.
Their offense has been. They don't get their points from any one specific area on the floor. They can score from all over the place.
Steal!
It's stolen. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
The guys, the Pelicans
Yeah,
do
slow
have their
down.
challenges,
Slow
but
down.
Anthony Davis remains
down.
committed to winning in New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
He said, I love it here.
Come on.
I don't
I'm coming.
Yes, I
I'm coming. You don't want that foul? I know you
I
don't.
want to try to
I'm
win
coming.
where I start my career. It's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here. Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Reddick's got 8 points.
Man, you can't let it hit you with a 3 like that, man.
They need to connect on more opportunities to get this.
We balling right now. Y'all drawing.
Ball dishes to Lopez.
Oh.
It's stolen by Frazier. Turner with it. Now guarded by Ball. Outside, Davis. They get it back. Second chance effort. No good on the layup.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Chapman. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Come on,
Davis has got his 6th
referee.
rebound on the night. Outside, Reddick. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Chapman. 32 points in the game. Wells in the corner.
Oh my God, what's that doing?
5 on the clock. Here's the teardrop. Good work defensively by Turner. Pelicans leading by 9. Up top, Frazier. He's got 5. Left side, Turner.
Yeah, patty
With
cake.
the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds.
Damn.
Lopez touched it last. Some changes for the Lakers. Adrian Barnes checked in for Lopez. David Mwaba comes in for Wells. And it's Jackson in for Ball. And the Pelicans also making a change. Travis Bertans checks in for Evan Turner. Here's Chapman. And he banks in the layup. Chapman's got 8 points in the quarter.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Count it, good.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Frazier kicks to Cousins. Feeds to Davis. Screen by Cousins. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Jackson passes to Chapman. Picked by Randall. Here's Chapman. He's got 36. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Cousins. Reddick dishes to Frazier. The three from Bertans. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
I know. I'm on a mission.
He gets it in there.
I'm gonna make them foul me, man.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Frazier kicks to Davis. Back to Frazier. Davis with a screen on Randall. Passes it to Bertans. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 4 assists now tonight.
Why do they
When
like?
you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Chapman.
Yeah.
Started by Davis. And the
Still coming.
3-point chance here.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Larry Nance is checked in for the Lakers. New Orleans also making some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Davis. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Tim Frazier. Pelicans leading by 5. Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Screen by Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. He got right to the cup using that screen. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Man, when he goes to work inside, Kevin, it's just unstoppable. What a force. Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Los Angeles calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Lakers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Pass to Chapman. And now the Pelicans on the break. Rondo's shot is good.
He always had great instincts defensively. Rondo using that length there to come up with the steal.
Here's Chapman. Up and in on the waist. Chapman's got 43 points.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Now here's Anderson. He's started by Chapman. Cousins, the pass to Bertans. Screen by Cousins. Here's Bertans. Tipped away. And stolen by Payne. There's the pass to Chapman. Payne kicks to Nwaba. Jackson in the corner. Connects from 3-point range. And now just a 4-point New Orleans lead. Anderson outside. Back to Rondo. Lays up the pick.
No!
From the arc. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Bertans got
Any other
15
time
points.
you want to switch, you piece of shit.
That's payback for the 3 on the other end.
A little mono,
Like such a
mono
fucking
there,
dickhead.
entertaining, but you also want to keep your teammates involved.
Here's Nwaba. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 7 points in the game.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Anderson kicks to Bertans. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 5. Here's Chapman. 43 points in the game. it's good on the putback. Hans has got his second bucket.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Chapman.
One-on-one, big fella.
On that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Cousins, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Hill comes in for each one more. First free throw is good.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Brandon Ingram comes in for Adrian Payne, and it's Kid Gilchrist in for David Nwaba. Both free throws good from Chapman. New Orleans in the lead. Outside Rondo. Anderson with the screen for Rondo. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
On defense, the Lakers. Anderson. So the whistle blows on the shot.
Ref.
Free throws for the contact.
You ain't calling the obvious fouls, but you calling that.
Down low, well, that's exactly what these guys have done this season. Check out the top scoring big men in the NBA. Anthony Davis, number 1. DeMarcus Cousins is second.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Well, you're building a team that foundation starts.
Go sit down.
You've been dominating.
Go drink some Gatorade, my guy.
Every franchise would like to have one, and this is the cream of the crop.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for Davis. That free throw good from Chapman. Both free throws good from Chapman. And so here's New Orleans. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Anderson the screen. Passes to Bertens. Anderson a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Here's Bertens. He's off on that one. And it's the Lakers the other way.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor. And just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Jackson gets the bucket.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now it's flow.
Count that one. Turner's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Grady makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
That's a good pull-up, and when he's in rhythm, Solomon Hill can do that.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Misses the three. And the Pelicans shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Turner with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Outside for Rondo.
How are we not getting this rebound?
Off target
Give
from
me that.
outside.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Oh, man.
Here's Chapman. And he banks in the layup. Chapman's got 49 points in the game.
And he is really in his zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Rondo against Jackson. Now here's Rondo. Defense right on him. He kicks it to Hill. 5 to shoot. On deep. The shot comes out. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It's been a crazy game, man.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Now Turner, the captain out there with Ingram. Then there's Larry Nance. Then there's Wells. And it's Ball in at the guard position. That's the Laker 5. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Nance. Ball with it. Wells in the corner. Over Rondo. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And it's something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
The kick out to Hill. No good with the triple.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Ingram with the basket on the assist from Wells. Ingram's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. No one near Turner as he lets it go. It's good from long range.
Kind of fun when Turner becomes the offensive primary weapon for a team because he's got such skill level right now. He's on fire.
It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchup is really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
He dishes it to Rondo. There's a good screen over Nance. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
And there's nobody any better in terms of running the pick and roll than Rondo. He's ready to shoot as soon as he comes off the screen.
Chapman, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
We talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And here's Rondo. Anderson the screen. Pokes one up. Second chance shot. And Rondo finishes inside.
God, you gotta be embarrassed.
Lead by 1.
Get a rebound.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the
Jesus
paint.
Christ.
Really good with the positioning there, close to the basket.
Here's Chapman. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And Chapman's got 55.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
New Orleans gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Lakers. Julius.
Okay.
Lakers leading by 4.
I come in on fire. I see why.
Here's Chapman. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Chapman. Pelicans trail by 6. Frazier with it. Now guarded by Ball. Outside, Reddick. Here's the floater. Chapman with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
Dishes it to Wells. Hit by Randall. Ball kicks to Randall. Over Anderson. And Randall throws it down.
A few more points tacked on to their lead. And it fluid is impossible.
Those putback jams sting, don't they, my goodness?
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
A nice shot by Anderson.
Anderson's such a smart player, plays with such great pace, and concentrates on making high percentage chances happen.
Here's Lopez. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
They set the pick. Frazier the pass to Bertans. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Bertans got 6 in the quarter.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
The feed to Wells. From 18 feet away. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
Good on the triple.
J.J. Redick is a gamer. How about that?
Here's Lopez. Great pass to set up the lane. Lopez has got 12 points in just the second half.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Anderson the screen. Frazier kicks to Turner. Stripped it away. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Sure, call timeout, but whatever.
Here is Frazier. Turner with the screen. Now here's Frazier. And Anderson has it in the corner. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
No question, it looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Turner. Here's the screen to tie it up. Chapman with the rebound. Chapman's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Outside, Reddick. From outside the arc, and he recovers it. He feeds it to Turner. Back to Reddick. There's the triple. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Here's Chapman. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 4. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, the captain.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show. Worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Frazier drops them both.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1-possession game now.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And it's ball in the corner. A 3. They get the rebound. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and he commits the intentional foul.
No choice but the foul there. He's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Drops the first one. That makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. From the inbound, the putback connects.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive play.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
The first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Reddick for 3. Randall grabs the board. And there's the bite. It's on Tim Frazier. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Obviously upset to have to take a seat here, but at this point, I don't think it'll have an impact. The game's probably out of reach anyway.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And at 6'6" ball, very similar to Jason Kidd in terms of the vision that he plays the game with. His IQ is off the charts.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. You did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those two away. Those are shots J.J. Redick loves to take, oozing with confidence. That goes.
So they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And the passion of Wells, admirable. I mean, he plays with that burning fire inside of him. I just love his spirit.
Another double-double for you this year, points and rebounds. Now, is that something you're looking to do when you go out there?
Well, you know, I try and come out and help the team get a win whenever I can. I know we're at our best when I'm cleaning up and making shots and, you know, finishing plays. And it's all about getting wins. And if the double-double is what it takes, then, you know, that's what I'll give to the team.
Well, it's what it took tonight. Congrats on the win. Guys?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.
I clinched a playoff spot before the All-Star break. That shit just set in my mind just now. Like, wow. Floyd really didn't give me much. I didn't give the Marcus a chance to get started. 6 fouls. 6 fouls. 6 fouls. Get him out of there. Looking forward to this game, this game, this game. Man, got some tough games coming up. Home against them, at these niggas. Yes, sir. So we're back over to Zoom. IT got it. Yeah, I live at the line, boy. All that while being 12th in the league in minutes played. And I played about 2 fewer games than the most. Wow. Allowed the most points. And the figures made, but niggas attempt the most. Go down. Most of the doubles. Most triple doubles. Second to Shabby. His field goals is definitely way more weighted than mine. And they come at a great time. They interrupted my player of the month. I like that competition. That's outstanding. It's going to be Tyreek, Eric Gordon. Let's say Fareed. Capella. McConnell. He's gonna start. So it's Augustine, Gordon, Evans, Capella, and probably Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson's gonna get the nod. $610, $230. $6.9, $250. I'm cool with that.